Waterfall, the CCW podcast.
Hello and welcome to Waterfall. It's a water saving podcast brought to you by CCW. It's the season 3 premiere. The whole gang is here. Tom, Kath and Karen. Let's all say together a big hello. Hello!
Hello! This is the most exciting episode we've ever done,
Yes.
I believe, live in front of an actual live audience, 180 people. Oh my goodness, how do you feel?
Slightly terrified.
The important thing, it's over now, and I'm really proud of what we've done. And we just wanted to put it into context. We want to start off season 3 straight away. We're just jumping into a live show. So
let's see how we get on.
let's see how we get on.
Good luck, everybody.
I'm just hoping it was some very clever editing.
The human body is roughly 60% water. This podcast is 100. Waterfall, the CCW podcast.
Took us hours to make that. Welcome, hello, and welcome to Waterfall. It's the water saving podcast brought to you by CCW. That's the Consumer Council for Water. My name's Mike. I brought a new t-shirt. Look at that, drink water, yeah. Waterfall is all about saving water, saving money, protecting the environment and combating climate change. Now this is a first for us because we've never done an edition of Waterfall in front of living, breathing, other human beings. So be kind to us. Now today's topic, you won't be surprised, is trusting water to fit in with the Institute of Water's conference, and we are so pleased that they let us have a slot here to do this Waterfall live. Now, we've got some great guests lined up. We've got loads of audience interactions, which may or may not involve Slido, one of our little technical fun and games. We've even got, look at this, Waterfall merchandise. Wow. Thank you. Thank you. That's great. That's what we want, including my favourite, which is Waterfall fridge magnets. Wow. And I'd just like to reassure you that no customer's money was spent on this tat. I bought this myself, okay? So just to be clear, in terms of using public money wisely. So let's get started. I'm going to introduce the rest of the Waterfall team. This is actually the first time the entire team has been together doing an episode as well, so it's another first for us. So first of all, it is the guru. It is the one and only Karen Gibbs. Let's give her a big round of applause and some whoops. Hello, Karen. I feel like I've been accused of being very nice to you on Waterfall, so how are you feeling?
I'm feeling nervous and a little bit excited.
Okay. I think they're going to be a nice crowd. So,
I hope so.
Okay, and next up, we have quite possibly the most bubbly human being that has ever walked this earth. And I think this is why she's at a career in water. It's Kath Jones. Hi, Kath.
Thanks for having me. Hi, everyone.
So, Kath today, by the way, this is true. Kath today is fulfilling a lifelong dream because she's always wanted, I know you can't make this stuff up, she's always wanted to be the person with the roving mic. So today, Kath will be the person with the roving mic. How do you feel?
It's a dream realised. I never thought this day would come to pass. I've realised today I'm really clumsy as well, so sorry if I trip over it.
So she will be out and about, so watch out, not just for the mic, but possibly Kath just flying into you. But finally, and last but by no means least, he's usually lurking in the background. Now we've got him lurking in a corner. It's producer Tom. So, hi Tom, give us a wave.
I'm very shy.
Let's give Tom a round of applause. So we'll go back. Tom, hello Tom. So Tom, already I can see that doing a live edition is stretching your producing skills to the absolute max. Right, we're going to be using Slido, and we're going to have plenty of interaction, so we're going to warm you up with Slido. I did think we'd have used Slido already today so far, but we've not. So get your phones out, get Slido up. You can either go and scan that thing, or if you've already got it, there's the number. There'll be a different number later for different things we're doing, so just so you're aware. Now, while you're doing that, Karen is going to tell you how you can get in touch with Waterfall.
Yes, we really look forward to hearing from lots of people today. So if you want to email us, you can email us on podcast@ccwater.org.uk. And you can find us on all the platforms that you would normally get your podcasts from. So I'd encourage you to please download whenever you can.
Then we're also on all sorts of social media. Just search Waterfall Podcast. We are on X, Twitter, Instagram and Threads, and you can find some very amusing videos, mainly of Kath. So are we ready for Slido? I'm looking for some nods. Yeah, great. So here is the first question on Slido. Do you listen to podcasts?
Ooh.
69%. That's
Oh, it's
high.
decreasing.
Oh, yeah. Not anymore. Not
Stop
after
answering.
So now we're going to step way out of our comfort zone, okay? Because do you listen to Waterfall? Have you ever listened to Waterfall? Just be aware that our future happiness is dependent on how you answer this question. Right?
Could you lie to us?
Yeah, we've got, wow. I love this. 6% of you, much more than that 93% over there. So there we go, 7%. Now, we could go away all defeated and mopey-faced. But I see this as an opportunity for growth, right? And bear in mind, we have an extensive back catalogue, 48 episodes to date. So, lots of potential for that 92% of you there to expand your podcasting horizons. Right, now that you're all energized, we're going to tell you a bit more about what we've got in store on this live edition of Waterfall. As I said before, the theme is Trust in Water, and we've got some really great stuff lined up.
We certainly have. We're going to be having really interesting interviews with Nicci Russell, who is the CEO of Waterwise. We're also going to be talking to Nicholas Adjei, who is the Deputy Chief Inspector of the Drinking Water Inspectorate. And we're also hopefully going to have a little bit more interaction with you, because we're going to be doing a taste test. And we're then going to be doing a Genius quiz. So there's all to look forward to. Right, let's get started then. So let's bring on our first guest. It's Nicci Russell from Waterwise. Hi, Nicci.
Hello.
Hello. Right.
It's very exciting.
Right. Just tell us a bit about Waterwise. Let's just get started. Break us in gently.
Okay, so Waterwise is the UK campaigning organisation on water efficiency. So we're independent of the sector, but we work really closely with the sector, and we run campaigns, we influence policy, regulation, and we're about getting everybody to aim higher on water efficiency. So this is perfect. Your podcast is perfect. We love it.
Yeah, well, not you, but Waterwise have featured on 3 of our previous editions, and check them out, extensive back catalogue. I don't think we've mentioned that. And they were brilliant. They're brilliant episodes. Great fun to have them on. So no pressure. They've set the bar quite high for you.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Okay, so you're the chief exec of Waterwise. Just tell us a bit about your background and how you got into water.
Yeah, sure. So my background initially was politics. I was a special advisor for a government minister way many governments ago, and my portfolio was DEFRA, and so water was part of that. So I kind of fell into water. So there I was, and then I went to work. I set up Waterwise actually with a colleague, Jacob Tompkins, but I wasn't the CEO at that time. Then I went into Ofwat, and then I came back as CEO. 6.5 years ago, my first day was International Women's Day, so I was very pleased about that.
Great, and it's great. It's interesting to see the journeys people have been on to get into water in the first place, and how you first dipped your toe into the topic. Come on, it's compulsory water puns, right? Surely. I find it fascinating though that there's so many different things that you can do in water, from like an NGO, a campaigning NGO, to delivering water and sewage services. But whatever aspect you're working in, trust is really important, and trust is crucial for water saving as well. Can you just tell us why that trust is so important in terms of people's motivation for saving water?
It's human nature, isn't it, to think, if I'm, why would I do this if you're not doing it too? So, and the sector's very open about this. Things like high leakage rates, environmental pollution, bathing waters, with poo all over the place, also profits, dividends, all that kind of stuff. It doesn't help. We've had people say to us, why would I bother? But I think that's one of the reasons it's important that we're around, because we're an independent voice, and we've always been really clear from the beginning. We aren't one of these NGOs that says, this is all crap, you're doing it wrong, do this instead. We're always calling out the brilliant things the sector is doing, but then we say, look, we also need stuff from government and regulators, and we're here as the independent voice. I think that third-party thing, it was talked about in the international session just now, that third-party aspect is really important.
Yeah, I mean, a trusted voice is important, particularly when times get tough and people have a bit cynicism towards their water company. So you touched on this a bit, but what else are Waterwise doing then to try and help build that trust? I mean, you mentioned calling out the good things that are being done. Have you got anything else planned that you're thinking about to try and help raise that trust?
We have, and I'd almost think this was planned. We've known each other for a few decades, but I can announce that tomorrow we'll be press releasing that we're bringing Australia's Water Night to the UK for the first time, which we're really excited about. And what they've been doing in Australia for the last 4 years is literally about the value of water. So they get people to sign up and they turn off their taps for 5 hours on Water Night, and it really shows them the value of water. So that's one of the things we're doing, and we run campaigns, often working really closely with you, Mike, right across the year, right across the country.
Did I mention we've got an extensive back catalogue? One of the episodes is with Chris Philpott, who is the chief exec of Water Night Australia. So a whole episode where he's come on explaining about that. So if you want to find out about this initiative and how that's worked down under, and then get involved in the UK version, check out, I can't remember what episode it was, I'll say number 31, but it may not have been, of Waterfall.
Absolutely, and I should have said it's on the 19th of October, and tomorrow we'll be going live with the website and the press release for the sign-ups. And it's also being announced, great to have Ben here earlier, it's being announced tomorrow at the International Water Association Conference in Bordeaux. So very exciting from the first seeds of Waterwise to be doing this kind of thing.
Yeah, brilliant. So watch out for that. We're doing a Water Genius quiz later, which you're playing a part of, and we've got another question to ask you later. So if you want to just sit down here, we'll get you back on in a minute. Let's thank Nicci Russell.
Thank you.
So it's trust in water, as we've touched on today, is so important, right? On so many different levels, right through to people's motivation to save water, and what people think of the entire sector and the whole legitimacy of the sector. And the trust in the product itself is absolutely crucial. And tap water is brilliant. It's really fantastic. We've got world-class drinking water in this country. It's delivered 24/7, literally on tap. Yet, strangely, we spend billions of pounds a year on bottled water. I mean, you take a step back of that, you do think how baffling that is. Your bottled water can be it's 1,000 times more expensive. I can't think of another product where we make those sort of choices. I know. I'll actively choose to buy something that's 1,000 times more expensive. It's more environmentally damaging in terms of its water footprint. And of course, the plastic element and its carbon footprint is far higher than water as well. So at CCW, we've been campaigning on this to encourage people to use tap water, called Go Tap. The whole point of it is it's just to encourage people to go tap, to understand the benefits of tap water. And the point is, most people can't tell the difference anyway between tap water and bottled water, right? So if you can't tell a difference, then make a difference by choosing tap water. So we're gonna crack on now with our second interview. So we're bringing on our next guest. It's Adjei from the DWI.
Hi, Nick.
Hi, Karen.
Maybe for the wider audience, we could start off by talking a little bit about, the Drinking Water Inspectorate and what they actually do.
That is a very good question, Karen. What do we actually do? The Drinking Water Inspectorate was set up in 1990, and we are an independent regulator. We're there to provide assurance that the drinking water quality in England and Wales is sufficient, healthy and wholesome, and complies with the regulations, to give confidence to consumers in particular, but also to government and the legislature, that companies are doing what they're supposed to be doing in terms of supplying high quality drinking water.
And you're now Deputy Chief Inspector. I mean, what was your background? How did you end up in such a lofty position?
Oh, thank you, Karen. It's never been called lofty before, but no, I started life in Birmingham, as I'm sure most people can tell, and went to school there, normal school, comprehensive, fooling around through the 70s and 80s, studied engineering, civil engineering at university, first of my family to go to university, so it was quite a big thing, little Nick's going to university. So I did that, and my original plan was to be a bridge engineer, and I had lots of tabletop books about bridges and bridge architecture, and And it was when I was on a year secondment or a year out to the US in Michigan that I discovered hydrology and catchment management, flood risk management. And I thought, oh, that sounds quite interesting. I'll put that as my number 2 career objective, but I'll stick with bridges. So to cut a long story short, I came back, finished my degree, and turned up for an interview with a company called Babty, Shaw and Morton. I don't know if there are any older people in the room who remember that consulting engineer. And they offered me a job after interview. And then weirdly, when I arrived at the office in Birmingham, I said, right, so where are these bridges? I'm ready. Let's get designing them. And he said, well, actually, they do bridges in Glasgow, not Birmingham. We do water and wastewater treatment. So, and that's the auspicious line I took into water. And so from there, I did 2 years designing elements of water and wastewater treatment works. Then I decided, I'd like to do a bit more on hydrology. So I did a master's in hydrology and environmental management. And then I worked for various consultancies as an engineering hydrologist stroke flood risk specialist. So I did that for a number of years. Then I took a bit of a dog leg and did international development work for a couple of years, looking at small-scale technologies in the Southern Hemisphere, which was fascinating, but I won't go into that at the moment. Then I came back to engineering consultancy, decided that, the regulatory side sounds quite interesting. And I took a role doing strategic planning with the Environment Agency for a number of years. And then I had the great opportunity to join Ofwat. I'm not so sure that was great for Ofwat, having me there. But I did pick up a certain Mike Keel's portfolio. Hard act to follow, Mike. But I did that for a few years and did some other roles in Ofwat. And then I was fortunate enough to join the DWI 2 years ago.
Brilliant. So you've seen the sector from all sides then, really?
From a number of sides, yes.
So the theme of the conference is obviously trust. And I just wondered if you could say a few words about why trust in tap water is so important, trust in the public water supply.
Trust in the public water supply I think is vital, because obviously we need water, for our general health and well-being. It's one of the staples that we can't do without as a society, and it's vital that people have the confidence not only in what's coming out of their taps, but also in the companies and organisations that are supplying it, and the regulation that they have confidence, that companies are being held to account. If something goes wrong, they've got mechanisms by which they can complain, make their voices heard, and then have actions in terms of regulatory action, enforcement action that sort of has an appropriate impact to make sure things are improved in future. So I think, we talked about in the sort of previous session about bottled water. There are a whole range of arguments about why it's best not to drink bottled water as a regular sort of consumptive thing. But it has its place, particularly when we have shortages and need alternative supplies due to incidents. But I think it's important to remember, and I always say this to the younger members of the family, run out and buy bottled water, despite my urgings for them not to. That, the industry that provides bottled water will never provide enough bottled water in comparison to what you can get out of the tap, and what our sort of water undertakers deliver in terms of quality, the efficiency, the cost. They're just incomparable. So having trust and confidence in our drinking water is paramount, I think.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So looking ahead, where do you think the industry will need to focus to ensure that trust is maintained?
We say trust is maintained. I'm not sure how much trust we have at the moment with the recent stories, particularly around sort of pollution and sewerage, outfalls and storm overflows. I think what we need to do, we're in a position where we really need to look at it in two ways. It was a really interesting point made earlier, that probably we are the beneficiary of really, really high quality water and the confidence of people to turn a tap on anywhere they go. England, Wales and Scotland, Northern Ireland, and they know they're going to get safe, high-quality water. So that shouldn't be forgotten. You know, it's a really impressive position to be in. And I think, you know, we're in the top 6 countries that got a rating of 100 on the Yale Environmental Performance Indicator because of the quality of our drinking water. So it's certainly nothing to be ignored. But I think in future we've got to earn that trust from consumers and the public. And that comes from all the activities. I know Mike mentioned earlier that people are very non-specific about the companies that serve them and just see the sector as a bit of an amorphous whole. And I think any of the companies that have really poor performance are really dragging the other companies down with them. So I think as a whole, as a sector, you know, we have to do things together. We have to earn that trust by performing better, being more transparent, being very honest about when we've got problems, how we're solving those problems, and actually explaining to people, I guess, all the good work that goes on, you know, that companies do, that the regulators do, and also show that we engage with the government and sort of convince the government to actually make good decisions.
And in terms of, you know, any sort of issues on the horizon, where do you think in terms of water quality, tap water quality that is, what are the big challenges ahead?
I think one of the key big challenges ahead is obviously that's been in the media recently is the issue around PFAS, or forever chemicals as they like to call them in the US. That's something that we've been working on really closely with colleagues at the Environment Agency and the UK Health Security Agency as well. We're looking at continually updating our guidance to the industry about how we can deal with PFAS going forward and getting more information about how we can potentially remove that from sources where it comes up and the best approach to doing that on behalf of consumers. I think there are a number of other emerging contaminants around pharmaceuticals and microplastics, but the industry has, you know, pretty good sort of research and knowledge that's developing around those topics. And I feel that the industry as a whole will be in a good place to deal with that going forward, but we can't be too complacent. You know, we're in a very good place at the moment, and to stay there, there's still a lot of ongoing work that we need to do.
Probably a good place to leave it. So
Okay.
Thanks ever so much, Nick. And
Thank you very much,
you're
Karen.
staying for the big quiz.
Yes, stay there,
Am I?
Nick, because
Oh dear.
Nicci Russell, get yourself back on stage because we are doing our Water Genius test. So look, Karen is a guru on all things water resources, but we've got 2 proper boffins here too. So who's the cleverest boffin though, right? Let's give them a head-to-head. Who's the water genius? Now you guys get to play along too if you want. Slido, here you go. It's a new number, so it's 2937017. We've got, it's a short quiz, 5 questions. This is going to separate the wheat from the chaff. Here we go. Question 1. What is the atomic weight of water? Let's just start with some chemistry, right? Basics. Break you in gently. Here we are, multiple choice. Is it 15, 16, 18 or 20? Okay, time's up. Hold up your answers. Right, let's see what the audience think. So the answer, what the audience think, 39% of you think is 18, which is the correct answer. 1-0 to Nick. Oh, okay. Let's move on then. Next question. Okay, Wet, Wet, Wet had a huge hit with the song Lovers All Around. It's very annoying. From the film 4 Weddings and a Funeral. How many weeks did it spend at number 1? I mean, completely water-based question there, right? Is it A, 5, B, 10, C, 15, or D, 20? What do the audience think then? We've got the majority say 10. We've got Nicci saying C, which was 15, and Nick with D. The answer is 15. It's
Yes.
Nicci.
Get
You're
in.
back in the game. It's 1-1, right? Next question. How much embedded or virtual water, we can argue about the terms later, is there in 1 banana? Is it A, 91 litres, B, 282 litres, C, 458 litres, or D, 1,023 litres? Wow. Takes me 30 seconds to read that question. So embedded water in a banana. We have a Waterfall episode on this, by the way, where RAP have come on to talk about food waste and embedded water in food. So do check out that episode. See what we did there. Extensive back catalogue. So, here we go. Oh, we've got Nick and Nicci both saying B. Now, the answer is A, 91. So, the audience, so it's 0 for Nick and Nicci on that. So, they're tied 1-1. The audience, you're 2-0 up. Wow. Right, next question. What's the name of the fictional character who can manipulate water and ice with his mind? Is it H2 Omega? Is it Frozone? Is it Sub-Zero? Or is it Water Boy? I bet you'd wish you'd paid more attention now to Disney+. So we've got a B coming from Nicci and a C from Nick. Oh, the answer is, well, the audience are saying B, Frozone. That's correct. So the audience, they're now 3-0 up. Nicci's now taking a 2-1 lead over Nick. Wow, this is exciting. And we've only got one more question left. Wow. Okay, we had to have a waterfall question, clearly. So what is the name of the highest waterfall in the world? Is it Niagara Falls? Is it Victoria Falls? Or is it C, Angel Falls? Or D, Yosemite Falls? I can confirm we've got no back catalogue episodes on actual waterfalls. Okay, we've got B for Nick and Nicci, and the answer, the audience are saying C, Angel Falls. Embarrassingly for them, you guys are correct. That's 4-0. And it's 2-1 victory for Nicci.
Well done, Nicci.
Oh, me
you very
got 5
much.
out of 5.
I didn't get to use my tie break, but rather well done, audience. By the way, big round of applause for you guys. And 2 to Nicci and 1 to Nick. So Nick, stick to drinking more quality testing.
Resignations in the post, Mike.
So Nicci, you get a CCW water bottle and a fridge magnet. Nick, you just get a fridge magnet. But stay there because we still need you for something else.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So, we're almost at the end. You'll be relieved to know. At the end of every episode, we ask our guests what their personal water use is. And that's been quite revealing. So, we're going to do the same with our guests here. Karen.
Yeah, so let's take it in turns then. So, Nicci, do you know what your personal water use is?
I do.
Oh,
Do you want to know what it is?
we're expecting good things.
Well, it is actually, it is quite good actually. I was pleased when I looked it up. 70? It seems to be 70, but we don't, having only lived in the house 5 years, we still don't have a bath. So I think that makes a massive, massive difference.
Oh, that's brilliant.
That's very impressive. 70 then from Nicci. You're practicing what you preach.
As Kath would say, upper quartile.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably third.
And Nick, what about you?
Hello, Karen. I think I'm on another loser here because I actually do know the figure.
And you're going to reveal it, hopefully.
Our per capita use is 167.
Wow.
Oh.
I think that's a
pantomime
But, to allow for that, we do have quite a lot of additional laundry due to having one vulnerable member in the household. So
there's a special reason.
There's
for
a
that,
special
and
reason.
That makes sense. And actually, that's an interesting point because one of the things we don't want to do is, we don't want to berate people for the water use, especially if there's perfectly good reasons why it's going to be high, right? So actually, this is a really good point to draw out. So we are going to also ask the audience, okay? So we've got another Slido, final Slido, and we're almost done. So a new number, 4244175. And the first question is, do you know your personal water use? That's just a straight yes or no. Do you know it? You're all water professionals, so I'd expect this to be very high indeed. Okay, so we've got 71% of you don't know your personal water use. That's not very good. You're water professionals. You should do that. I mean, look, come on. So out of the minority, the 28% of you who do know, the next question, put yourself into which category, okay? Which batch do you fall in? Are you less than 50 litres a day, or 50 to 70 litres a day, 70 to 90, 90 to 110, 110 to 130? There we go. Here we go. So we've got Nick can feel a bit better because 17% said they used more than 150 litres. So, you're not alone in that category. Let's go down to the bottom end. Tom, I can't see the very bottom of this. Was there anyone who said, here we go, 10%, anyone who said less than 50? Yes, 10% said less than 50. So, are you willing to put your hand up and let's see if we can find who's the lowest in the room, right? So if you answered that 10, stick your hand up. Well, some of you did.
Somebody
I've seen the
said
number here. I've got objective proof. Right? Less than 50. Who voted less than 50? This is someone just messing about, right? Okay. Oh, Laura Moss. Come on, Kath, speak to Laura. This is good. You're making up for Nick. So let's just, what if the lowest water user in the room?
So, yeah, our last bill, there are 4 of us in the house and its average is 44.
44?
We're very strict with the kids. We don't allow them in.
That is amazing. That's actually the lowest we've ever had on Waterfall. And we've got a whole episode on the leaderboard, by the way. Episode 46, worth checking out. Well done, Laura. You get yourself. Do you know what? We're giving away this. This is Tim Smedley, who came on to talk about his book. He came on to Waterfall. This is a great episode. This last drop is an excellent book, right? Really, really enjoyed it. So you get that. A mug. You're getting the mulch mug, which is Karen's mantra. And, of course, a fridge magnet. So let's have a big hand to Laura, our lowest water user in the room. Right, that is pretty much it. That's all we've got time for on this edition of Waterfall. Thank you all for being good sports because, you've been here all day listening to lots of people and it's been great that you've got stuck in. And yeah, I really appreciate that. So give yourselves a big round of applause. Thank you, audience. I want some whoops. Don't forget to check out Waterfall on your podcast player. We're looking to get this one edited and out this Friday as the premiere of season 3, so you can hear yourself or your claps or your grunts or your sneezes on hitting your podcast players on Friday. We hope you enjoyed listening to this, and we hope people listening at home have enjoyed it too. It's just been shambolic fun from my position standing up here, but I do hope you enjoyed it. As I say, don't forget to subscribe to Waterfall. Yes, I mean all of you in the room, please. I've checked the downloads. They've got up 4 in the period we've been talking now. So, I expect a much bigger surge. We do want to hear from you. You can get in touch. We've got an email address. It's podcast@ccwater.org.uk. So it's just time for me to say goodbye from me, Mike.
Goodbye from me, Karen.
Kath.
And producer Tom is going to shout goodbye. Goodbye! That is it. Thank you.